Okay, okay, yeah, enough. So yesterday we discussed basic part of the API testing, right? I mean to say, before jumping into the API testing, what are the necessary, concepts, information you should be knowing. All those things we discussed. Just about the base URL we are discussed. Today we are learning something called as JSON language. Okay. Okay. Anybody know what is JSON? Does anybody knows what is JSON? Hmm.
It's a scripting language.
Anybody know what is JSON?
It's a scripting language.
Okay. Hmm. Okay. So JSON means what? JavaScript. It's a scripting language. Okay. Okay. You mean it's a scripting language, right? Okay. No, it's a okay. The full form of a JSON is Java script object, you know, notation. Okay. So JavaScript object notation. Okay. So JSON, meant for JavaScript object notation. Okay. So now why this JSON is, we are learning in the API testing. Okay. So we have already seen, right? So we have a two application. We already discussed this many times. We have a two application, and if I want to get the information of this application, okay, if I want to get the information of this application in this application, or if I want to get this application information in this application, okay, so we are using a mediator or an interface called API here. It's an acting as a mediator here. API we are calling a, or we are using a API. Okay. So in order to have a communication between these two, because maybe these two in a different language. Okay. It's in Java, it's in Python. Okay. It's in Java and it's in Python. Okay. So I want to, I am calling an API, but in this API again, what is the format we are using to exchange the information? That is nothing but JSON, come into picture. Okay. So we are using a JSON language in order to have a communication between the two application through API. Okay. So why this JSON called? We have a HTML in the market, right? These are all legacy languages. We have a HTML, we have a XML, okay, and other so on. We have a text format. But instead of all those things, okay, instead of all these things, why we are going with the JSON is the, okay, instead of all these things. Okay, so why we are going with the JSON is the question now. Okay, so why we are going with the JSON? Why we can't use other languages like HTML, XML, and other language? Before we were using this only. Okay, if you can take a SOAP API, still they have communicating with the XML language and all. Before we were also using HTML and XML because we were not having JSON. Once after JSON is introduced, all are using a JSON only than this language. All are preferring a make use of a JSON language. Why? That is the question now. Okay. So why everyone are prefer to use the JSON? Okay. So why? Because the first advantage of this JSON is JSON is it's a very lightweight language. Okay. It's very lightweight. Okay. It's a very lightweight language. Okay. Very lightweight data interchange format. Okay. So how we are telling it's very lightweight, how we are considering it as a very lightweight language. Okay. We are not going and we are not weighing every day. Okay. Tell this, lightweight language. Okay. So how we can consider JSON is a very lightweight language? Because of the syntax that we are using in the JSON. Okay, if you look at the syntax that we are using in the JSON, okay, anybody can able to understand what data we are trying to process inside. Any non-technical background people can able to learn the JSON within a day. Okay, because that is that much of simple and that much of lightweight language. Okay, so the main advantage is it's a very lightweight for the data interchange format. Okay, so first you just understand it's a very simple language. Okay, it's a very simple language. Simple language. Okay, it's a very simple language and it's very lightweight too for the data extension. Okay, and one more thing, easy to write and read and understand it. Understand. Okay, this is one thing. Okay, and then JSON is a language independent. Okay. Okay, the very first advantage of JSON is, okay, it's a very simple language. Okay, anybody can able to understand what data we are trying to create by using a JSON and what data we are processing. Anybody can able to learn this its syntax and rules easily. Even the non-IT people who doesn't have a idea about the programming can also learn the JSON very quickly and very easy to understand and write it. Okay, very easy to write, read and to understand its syntaxes and its format. Okay, so now, and it's a language independent. Okay, means language independent means it is not meant for only one language. Okay, it is it is common for each and every language. That's why we are using JSON in the API. Okay, whenever we are implementing the API, we are using a JSON because it's a language independent. Means it is adjustable for all the language. Because I'm using Java, I'm using Python here. But for this Python and Java, JSON is common language because it's a language independent. It's understandable by each and every language. Since it is understandable by each and every language, we are using this language in the API implementation, or when we are calling the API. Okay, so whenever we are sending the data to the server, whenever we are retrieving the data from the server, we are using the JSON because it's understandable by the each and every language. Okay, because that's why it's a language independent. So basically, language independent means it is not meant for only one language. It is common for all the language. Okay, so the very first advantage is it's a very simple. We are also going to try. We are trying to write some data here, right? You will get understand of it. Okay, so very simple and very lightweight, easy to write, read and understand, and it's a language independent. Okay, so since it is a lightweight means it's not contain any huge syntaxes. The syntax is also very simple and very easy. Since the syntax is very easy, it's the JSON language turning into a lightweight language. Okay, since it is a lightweight, see how it is interrelated. You just think of it. Okay, it's a simple language. That's why it's become a lightweight. Okay, since it is in a lightweight, data interchange become much easier. Okay, if we have a heavy load means, for example, just consider a real-time example. Just casual, general example. If we have a heavy load, obviously it will take some time to shift from one to other, right? If we have a lightweight load, we can carry that. Similarly, here also, since it is a very simple language, the data exchange, okay, it's very popular for the data exchange task, and it's very easy to exchange the data whenever we are using a JSON. Because of these advantages, nowadays all the developers and all the test engineers and automation engineers are making use of a JSON than any other language. In the interview, they will ask you, why can't you use HTML, XML? Why you are using a JSON? So you can tell like, yes, we can use. It doesn't mean that we can't use. Yes, we can use, but compared to this language, the JSON is a very lightweight and very simple language, and anybody can able to understand, even if a non-IT background people and who is very new to the programming. Okay, so can able to understand the JSON format and JSON data. So, but compared to this are having a heavy syntaxes. In order to process the data, in order to process the in order to exchange the information from one application to another application, or from client to server, you know lightweight language is suitable to have a quick interchange. So that's the reason, to increase the process speed, to increase the process speed, choosing the JSON is only the important here. So that's why we are just making use of a JSON instead of all these things. Okay, so how it everything interrelated. Since it is a simple, it is lightweight. Okay, since it is a lightweight, data interchange become much easier. Since the data interchange become much easier, so what happens? It indirectly increases the speed of the application. Performance become uh, performance is an high. Okay, so this is all interrelated. Okay, if the performance is high means then software is in a good state, right? So if the data exchange is happening quickly, then per speed of the application will also increase, right? So everything interrelated. Okay, so for considering all this reason, now everyone are jumping towards a JSON language. Okay, so this is the advantage of using a JSON. Just remember this much is more than enough for your interview and all. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Now, okay, we have discussed why what is JSON. JSON is nothing but JavaScript object notation, is used to exchange the main purpose of a JSON is to exchange the data from server to client or one application to another application. Okay, this is his main task. See, if somebody is asking in the interview, what is the major task of the JSON? That means, what is the purpose of the JSON language? Okay, the main purpose of the JSON language is for the data interchange only. Okay, in interview, if they ask you what is the main purpose of a JSON, so you have to tell like, is the main purpose of the JSON is exchanging of data interchange. Okay, so now, so we have discussed what is JSON and how it is useful, why we have to go for the JSON and what are the advantages. Okay, so now next step is, now what is the syntax here? What is the syntax we need to follow while we are working with the JSON? Okay, 1 second guys. Okay, so syntax. Okay, so here when it comes to the syntax, curly braces, remember. Okay, I will be writing the syntax rules now. Afterwards, while writing the data, you guys have to help me to write the data. Okay, so curly braces holds the object. Okay, curly braces holds the object. Curly braces holds the object. Then the data is represented in the form of data represented in the form of key value pair. Okay, in the form of key value pair. Data is represented in the form of key value pair. Okay, so then collection of data represented in the form of square bracket. Okay, hence collection is nothing but array of data. Okay, okay, and then each after each key value pair should end with comma. Okay, end with comma. Then okay, then he always represented in the form of string. Okay, key always represented in the form of string. Okay, and here I will write it like a data types for values. Okay, data types for values. See, we have a key value representation, right? So what are the data types applicable for values? Okay, data can be string, data can be integer, data can be array, data can be object, data can be boolean, data can be null. Okay, fine. See, the syntax is, see, curly braces. Okay, I mean to say this curly braces holds the objects. Okay, so holds the objects is nothing but the data representation in the form of key value pair. That should be within the curly braces. Okay, data represented in the form of key value pair. Okay, each and every data is represented in the form of key value pair. Okay, so key always should be a string. The value is one of the available data format. Okay, is one of any of the applicable data format. The value can be a string, int, array, object, boolean or null, but key should be always string format. Remember this is very important. Okay, and collection of data represented in the form of a square by using a square bracket. Nothing but array of data is represented by using a square bracket. Each and every key value pair be separated. Okay, from one key value pair to another key value pair is separated by comma. Okay, from one key value pair to another key value pair separated by comma. Okay, and key always a string. Value can be any of the applicable data type. Okay, so this is what the syntax and data type and advantages of a JSON. Okay, so now I will give some data. Okay, now tell me, how do I represent this in a JSON? Okay, so let's assume we have a car object with the following basic properties and their attributes. Okay, so we have a car object. So here I will write it down. Okay, so this is about a data type. This is about the syntax, and this is about the advantage. Okay, so now here just example. Okay, what is the example now? Okay, so in example, see, we have a, let's assume. Okay, so let's assume we have car object with the following basic properties. Okay, so how do I represent this in a JSON format is the question. Okay, how do I represent in the JSON format is the question. So what is that? I will write it in the format. Okay, okay, first thing, maybe make and model. Okay, so make and model is equal to maybe BMW. BMW. Okay. Then next, make here. Make here is equal to 2017. Here again color. Red. Again here type. Hatchback. Simply I'm writing, okay? Okay. See, I have this data now. Okay. I have this data. How do I represent in the JSON format? Okay. Okay. Help me to represent in the JSON format. How do I start?
Curly braces.
Okay. So always remember whenever you start writing the data in the JSON format. See, this is a normal format. This I'm going to convert in the JSON format. Okay. So always remember the JSON object, we need to start with the curly braces. Okay. Okay. So I'm starting with the curly braces now. This represents JSON object now. So let's start with the curly brace and end with the curly brace. End with the curly brace. Okay. So in between this, I need to handle the all the available objects. Okay. Next, how do I do? How do I represent these all information inside this? Mm-hmm.
Make and model.
Okay, make and model. How to represent? Just simply like
String,
write it.
string format.
Okay, string one. Okay, make. Why I have to make use of a string? I can simply keep it, right?
It is compulsory. Key is always string format.
Okay, okay.
Syntax.
So yeah,
syntax
this is,
to understand by JSON.
Colon.
yeah. Okay. This is a say okay syntax. So always this is a key. See, always this left hand side whatever is there, these are all a keys of a data. Okay, this key always should be a string format. So then colon, then okay, this is we can make it as a string format. BMW. Okay, so now what is the syntax?
Comma.
Comma, because it's a key value pair. After the computation of the key value pair, I have to give a comma. Okay, next line. Then come to the next line. Again here, string. Yeah. Make here.
Make here.
Make here.
Colon.
String.
Okay.
First string.
Okay.
For numeric, we have to give string.
No.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I will just it's a numeric we can make, and so no need to give a string. Okay. Okay.
Colon is differentiating with a key pair, right? Key means the first column, the make and model, and the values are like BMW 207, red, hatchback. These are the values. Colon.
Okay.
I'm asking. Colon is the representation. It represents to segregate the key and value, right?
Yes, yeah. Sorry, guys. Yes, yes. Thanks, Salman, right? So, sorry, guys. Actually, I forgot to, add it in the syntax that the colon is, like, providing the segregation between key value. Like, yes, colon is important. Okay. Here we have to represent with the colon only. This is the key and this is the value. In between that, see here, while representing the direct data, we are using a is equal, right? Instead of is equal, In the JSON, we are using the colon. So color is red. Okay. Then type is it's also some hatchback. Hatchback. So see, this is the end of the data here. Okay, whatever the data we have provided, this is the end of the data. For the end of the data, no need to end with a comma. Okay, so just close the object. Just close the object with a semicolon. Okay, so this is how JSON object started, and this is where it is ending. In between that, we are representing our data, the same data we are representing in this way. Okay, 1 second. Is it possible to move down? Okay, let it be. Okay, so in between this JSON object representation, okay, so we are handling our data. How we are handling? Like a key value pair we are handling. The syntax for the key always a string, and the syntax for the value is any of the applicable data type. Okay, this is the applicable data type for the values. Okay, in any, it can be anything. Okay, so here this is just a simple representation of the data. Okay, so at we are not used how the array will be means how the array of value can be represented, how the object of value can be represented, how the boolean is represented. All these things we are not seen at here. Okay, this is just a simple representation of the data. But again, we will work on some other data creation by how we can hold the array of data here in the value, how we can hold the object kind of data in the value, how can be boolean values represented here, how can be null values represented here. All those things we'll learn. So now just simple representation we have done now. Okay, at least first understand the first step of the JSON. Okay, so hope it's clear. Any doubt till now whatever we discussed on JSON?
It is
If any
okay.
doubt, yeah, it's okay, no doubt.
As of now. So,
Yeah, okay.
No doubt, man.
Okay, JSON EDM batch. Okay, so now, okay, so what is the main purpose of the JSON, guys? Then what is the main purpose of the JSON?
the main purpose of JSON to interchange the data between the two applications. It
Transfer
could be
data between one application and another application.
Okay, so
and also it should be the platform independent, and it is a light in weight, and it's very easy to understand.
Data interchange format.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Great. Okay. Yeah.
And the JSON is a more lighter weight in comparison to the previous languages like HTML, XML, or text.
Yeah. Okay.
JSON is
the
easy
beauty of
to understand the language between two applications, transferring the language from two platforms.
Okay.
That I mentioned as a platform independent. And the
Yeah.
beauty of the JSON over other language are easy to read and write, understand, even for the non-technical stakeholders.
Okay, great. I'm so happy. So whatever we discussed already, it's in in your in your guys' mind, right? Means it's already fixed, right? Yeah, I'm very happy for that. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So the main purpose. Okay. If they ask you just a simple, a single line of word, like what is the main purpose? What's the main purpose of a JSON? Okay. By the time, no need to explain all these things. Just tell like, yes, the main purpose of a JSON is to exchange the information, exchange the data from one application to another application, or from client to server, or the main purpose is for the data interchange. Okay, just simple. If they ask you what is the advantages of a JSON, yes, it's a very simple language. Okay, and it's a since it is a simple language, it is very lightweight for the very lightweight data interchange format. And since it is very simple language, it is easy to write, read, and understand. Anybody can able to understand very easily, and anybody can adopt it. If even if they are using first time also, they can adopt it easily. Okay, and the main advantage also is language independent. Okay, so language independent is the main advantage here, because any language can able to understand JSON language. Okay, so
What
by
will
going
what will be the sorry, we can explain as language independent, or we can say as platform independent.
yes, yes, yeah, yeah.
Both are the same mathematics.
Yeah, no, see, language means with respect to language. Platform means like, you will be working with multiple operating system, right?
So while answering to the interview, we will use
Yeah,
the word language. Language is programming language, right? Or
yes,
scripting language.
yes. Why language means no. It's a programming language. Okay, not a speaking language. It's a programming language. When I'm writing it as a language independent, it's meant for the programming language. Okay, so you can make it here as like a language independent in the sense a programming language independent it is.
Yeah,
Okay,
it is
so
understood.
yeah, okay. So platform in the sense it's like a multiple operating system we will be using, right? So that is a platform independent like that. Okay, but here it's a language independent means we are with respect to data we are speaking here, right? So we can tell like it's a language independent. Okay, so and also if they ask you why can't you use HTML, why can't you use XML, why you have to go for the JSON only, why can't you use all those things, because they are there in the market from very long time, right? Like that, if they ask you, you
Yeah,
just tell about.
we can
Hmm?
answer like yes, we can use it, but prior to
Hmm.
the HTML XML, JSON is more
Huh.
easy in
Uh-huh.
writing and understanding, and there's no issue with HTML and XML. But it is preferable to use the JSON because of
Because of
its
its
beauty
lightweight
in writing, reading,
nature.
and understanding.
Okay, great. Okay, so just because of its lightweight nature, and since it is it contains the simple syntaxes, it's very easy to process the data. This is what you have to use. Okay, the processing of the data is much easier in the JSON compared to other language, because it's contains the simple simple syntaxes. Okay, that's it.
I didn't
Then,
get that.
mm.
Why won't use HTML, XML?
Why? What
Why
done?
we, why
Uh,
we don't use XML and HTML text? I didn't get that.
okay,
Yeah,
okay.
can you
Why?
explain?
Because yeah, why? Because for example, just observe the syntax of the HTML and XML. Okay, so maybe you might have seen the syntax of the HTML and XML. What I will do tomorrow session, I will just write here HTML code, XML code, and JSON code here, and we'll compare three code, and you guys tell me then which is very lightweight or which is very understandable format. So what happens is because what happens is here in the HTML, to achieve the same task whatever we are achieved here. Okay, So we have to follow the tags concept, right? So in order to create this single tag, we have to write open HTML, close HTML, and opening tag, closing tag, and representation of this information. Okay, so here what happens, this all depends on the data representation is depend on the tags concept only. To represent a single data also, we have to write opening tag, closing tag, and opening HTML tag, closing HTML tag. Since it contains the multiple tags to represent a simple data. Okay, so what happens while processing, it has to process through each and every tag. Okay, so processing itself will take the much time than compared to JSON. Since JSON doesn't contain any tagging concept here, tags concept and all not is the direct representation of the data only. Okay, so the capturing the data is much easier here. There what happens, the same data, if we try to write it in the HTML, we have to follow the tagging concept. To process the tag itself, it take a much time. Similarly in XML as well. Okay, tomorrow we will take one complex data, we'll handle that complex data in JSON as well as in HTML as well as in XML. So okay, you will feel the difference there only. In by chance in interview, if they ask you, okay, write some sample representation, how do you give a justification that HTML XML is then compared to HTML and XML, it's very lightweight, and processing of the data is easier in the JSON compared to here because that contains a lot of tags just to represent the simple data. How do you give a justification like that? If they ask you, quickly you write the those syntax and you just show it them. Say to process, create a simple single line of data. We just created here in a single line like this, just representing the key value pair. But there it's not like that. You have to define the tagging concept. If you know the HTML language or XML language, you might have having a idea. If not also, tomorrow we'll create all the three syntaxes and we'll compare, and we'll you guys only then tell me which is simple and which is easy to understand and which one we can go while we are working with the API testing. Okay. Okay. So till now, whatever we discussed, it's clear. And okay, now tell me, what is the data type of the JSON key?
It's string,
String,
integer,
number, object, array, boolean.
Oh,
no
is
number.
it? What is the?
That
Okay, one second, one second. Who is that?
number is
Who is
not
telling
mentioned.
all the data type? Okay, who is that who are telling all the data type? Dushmans, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, okay, how many of you agree with all the data type, or how many of you agree with only string? Just raise a hand here.
The example you have mentioned is only string
Mm.
and the integer. So
Okay,
string,
now tell
integer,
me, for the key, for the JSON key, what is the data type? What is the data type for the JSON key?
for JSON,
String.
It's a string. Okay, okay. What is the data type for the value?
data type for the values will be string,
String,
integer,
number,
object,
object,
boolean, number,
array, boolean, null.
Yeah.
number or integer. Integer, I think.
Boolean.
The difference, right?
Okay, okay. Okay, guys. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Please go
Key.
on mute. I
So,
will tell.
so key is only string and values would be a different data type. Right?
Yes.
You
Okay.
remember?
Yes, yeah, okay. So that's what, okay. Whenever interviewer was asking you guys, you should not get confused, okay. Calmly listen the question, okay, because this is where we do the mistake. This is also whatever I'm discussing now, all the interview questions, okay. So they will ask you, what is the data type, what is the data type of a JSON key? What is the data type of the JSON key? Or
String.
they may ask you to confuse you. Okay, they may ask you like, what are the what are the applicable data types for JSON key? Okay, since they are specifying like in a plural way, like what are the applicable data type for the JSON key? You should not feel like they are asking what are all the applicable like that. So maybe there's multiple data type may be applicable like that. You should not think. You should be very confident. Okay, key means always string. If even if they're specifying to make you confused, they will ask you the question in that way. Okay, what are the applicable data type for the JSON key, like that they will ask you, but you have to stick on to your answer. Okay, means JSON key means there's no any other data type applicable. Even if you provide any other format also, it will immediately throw you an error. Okay, so JSON key means, remember, okay, JSON key means it's a string. The value means JSON value means it's a one of the applicable data type values. This is the applicable data type. Okay, so till for today, till this is enough. Tomorrow we are going to see how this different type of values be applicable in the value. Okay, how can we apply this type of data in the values, and how how it is uh, you know um, what is the advantage over the other language, how the syntaxes differ from JSON to other language. Someone is asking, right? I'm not getting how it will be. So tomorrow first we will check this. We will write all the HTML, XML and JSON and we'll compare the syntaxes. Then we'll try to handle all the types of value in the data in the value side. Then we'll create one complex data. Okay, so complex data will create and will work with a JSON object, and will work with a JSON array, will work with a how to access the JSON data. So if that is completed means we have completed complete JSON language. Okay, then afterwards we'll jump into the postman. Okay, okay, hope it's clear. Okay, so till now
Thank you.
whatever you discussed is clear. With respect to interview also, whatever the question I discussed is clear, right?
Eason, right? Thank you so much.
Yeah. Okay. Any doubt or anything you guys want to convey for me?
Hello, ma'am.
Yes. Yeah.
Ma'am, I will upload my resume in Postman or register both.
Oh, what, Dushma? What you're
I will
asking?
I upload my resume in Naukri or LinkedIn
Uh-huh.
in the only Postman or register both.
That is, still the restitute is not completed for you, right? So now, if you want to give a try with the postman, you just start, in what is that? In resume, you just, provide the information about the postman and you just start attending it. Okay.
Postman, yes,
So after completion of the rest assure, then you update your resume saying you also have a knowledge on rest assure. And again, if you are not getting, if you're not got any opportunity within that, then you update your resume and again you start searching that. Okay. But if you get it in the postman is also, it's good enough. You can continue. Okay.
Hi,
and
ma'am.
ma'am, Postman question you send in our group
Postman.
question if you have or not.
Uh-huh. Okay. Okay. Yeah. I will share it in
Hi,
that.
ma'am.
Okay.
Madhu this side.
Yeah. Hi, Madhu.
Actually, I have lost my job due to this layoffs and all. So I'm looking for a job. It's a job actually. So could you please provide some, I mean, frequently asked questions and with answers so that I can prepare.
Sure. That with respect to this course, that help I can do for you. Okay, how many years of experience, Madhu?
I have overall 8+ years of experience, and I am showing like 2+ years of experience in API testing. So I learned by myself about API. Rarely I worked for API testing for like 3 to 4 months in on Postman, but yeah, I acquired some knowledge, and with the help of this session, definitely I hope that I will be confident enough to work in API testing. But yeah, if you share the questions along with the
Uh,
answers, so it will help me a lot to get a job.
Sure, sure. That I can do. Okay, with respect to the course, that I will do it for you. Okay.
Sure.
So, like based to Hyderabad, right? Hyderabad location, right?
No, no, actually, I was at Noida location, so right now I am at my native.
Okay, okay. Yeah. Okay, okay. Not to worry. Okay. With respect to the course, whatever it is there, that I can do it for you guys. Okay.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Yeah.
And
Great.
one more thing, ma'am.
Yes.
Just wanted to know for rest assured, it's like, I mean, say, I have knowledge of Selenium Java with
Mm-hmm.
Java. So, I
Okay.
mean, I have tried to learn the basic of rest assured. So I feel like it's not difficult, but still I couldn't learn it properly. So, I mean, could you please just let me know? I mean, is it like, I mean, because my programming is not so good. So, I
Mm.
mean, can you please tell me, like, I mean, how difficult it will be, or like it will be easier to learn rest assured?
Mm-hmm. Yes, whatever you said, that is true. Okay, means learning of literature is not a rocket science. It's a very easy if you understand it the way you have to understand it. Okay, if you understand the concept, how they are using those library, means literature library we are using it, right? So how they are using, means how we need to apply, in which scenario we need to apply this concept, like that. If you understand, means it's very easy. But what I can suggest you guys, yes, okay, you need some at least core Java knowledge. Okay, so what I can suggest you, now we are spending some time here with the demo sessions, and then we are jumping into the postman. Okay, so you will get a time till that computation of the postman, right? So till that, from now only you start watching the Java videos. Okay, you guys
Yes,
start watching Java videos. In that Java videos, what are all the concepts you are going to learn? Okay, in YouTube also, from Durga's videos, Java videos are there. It's really very beautiful videos. So with respect to the fresher, or if you're experienced candidate, whatever it may be. Okay, if you watch those videos, that is more than enough you to learn the Java. You may be a pro in that. Okay, that much clearly has explained each and every concepts. Okay, so in that, first go through the data types, go through the data types, then go through the access modifier, very important. Okay, modifiers. Okay, see, data type and access modifiers. Okay, access modifier means like
like
defining your
public
methods.
private like that.
Yeah, like
like
uh,
public.
visibility. Yes, visibility of your class, visibility of your method, visibility of your variable. Okay,
Void.
before accessing any of the information, you have to provide the access modifier information for any of the method, class, and a variable. What level it has to be visible, what level it has to be accessible. Okay, so knowing about the access modifier is very important. So data type, access modifier, after going like array concept, like data structure, complete data structure, learn it. Okay, array concept, then learn hoops concept, then learn exception handling, and collection. Okay, collections topic. Okay, learn this much. Oh, sorry, one more thing, data types and operation. Operational is there, right? Operational is there, right? Like how to perform hand, hour, or equal to, all those things are there. And also like statements, looping statements we have, right? Looping statements concept. Okay, like for loop, while loop, do while loop, switch statement, for each loop, All these things are there, right? Okay, just learn this much, that is enough. Okay, from today only start learning data types and operations. Completed today, very simple concept these are all. Then learn about the looping statement, for loop, for each loop, do while loop, switch statement, for each loop, how all those things work. Learn this. Then learn access modifier. Okay, then learn about the array concept. Then learn about the oops concept. Okay, so then learn exception handling collection. Just have a idea on this, at least a basic idea. Okay, so in the oops only many concepts will be covered, like how to create a method, how to be method overloading works, how to method overloaded work, how to call the method, how to create a method, how to send information to the method, so on. Okay, so others how to achieve the polymorphism, how to achieve the encapsulation, how to achieve the inheritance concept. Okay, those are all very important concepts. Learn thoroughly oops concept. This much understanding of a Java is more than enough you to work with the API testing. It's not like you have to be very pro in the Java. Okay, at least this core Java knowledge is more than enough to work with the API testing. That's why sometimes I feel compared to Selenium, Rust Assured is very easy. Okay, I mean to say API testing is very easy, and it's demand also. If you spend some time, if you focus on some month, then you will be getting a good job, or you will be getting a good project, or if you want to switch means you can switch. Yes, tell me. Yes. So anything else? Anything you want to discuss or anything you want to convey to me before winding
Hello.
up the session?
Hello,
Yes.
ma'am. In rest assured total classes,
Hmm.
rest assured total class, how many total class?
Yeah, Dushmant, like we have started for your batch, right? But we'll start from scratch only with this batch for you, okay?
No, 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 no. Total class will how many class will take? Rest assured.
Okay, means in that. So total
Mm.
class it comes around 15, 15 to 20 it will come. Here and there
Oh,
it will, according to how it depends is, according to you guys only it will depend sometime, okay?
oh,
If I will be giving a task, you have to perform that. Or
yes.
if you guys are stuck in something, if you guys are not able to do something, means again here and there days will you know it may shrink or it may increase like that. Okay,
Okay,
so
okay,
it depends upon how fast you guys are learning. Okay,
okay, okay,
I will take course very slowly. It depends upon how fast you guys are learning. But yeah, we have some timeline. Okay, within that only we have to finish it up. Okay, within that only course has to be finished. Within that I will finish. Okay, yeah.
okay, ma'am.
Okay, so I am done for today. Okay, anything else, guys? You want to discuss or you want to you know okay, whatever I'm teaching, understanding, or do I need to make any changes in explaining, or is it very fast, or do I need to go very slow, or how it will be? I'm just asking you the feedback.
Overall, it's good.
Okay, okay, okay. Others, is it fine?
Okay, ma'am.
Someone is speaking.
I am speaking, ma'am. Okay.
Okay, no other yes, anything else, guys? Is it fine?
Yes, ma'am, it's fine. It's good.
It's
Okay,
fine.
okay. Great. Okay, guys. Okay. Okay. Then tomorrow we'll connect again and we'll discuss. Well, I do believe before coming to, well, okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Hello.
Yes, yes, yeah.
Yeah. You will tell also soap UI. as well?
No. Soap will not be discussed here.
It is a part of API testing, no?
No, like I mean to say you want a different, no, like it's completely on working with the REST APIs. Okay.
Okay.
So APIs will not be discussed and will not be working as well. Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, guys. Then. Okay. Take care. Bye bye. Have a great day. Tomorrow we'll connect and discuss. Okay. Yeah. This I will take your point. Okay. Thank you. It's good. Yeah. Bye. Take care.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.